It's Mia. Because Mia is Maya's sister. He used to work with Mia as the other guy. There you go. There's a very good reason why Mayfei's life is so precious to you. After all, she's Mia Fey's only sister. Mia Fey. You once worked alongside her. That was when you wore red shirts. But then it turned out you wore a red shirt, so never mind. Mr. Godot is a defense attorney? Whoops. With your honor's piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now. The real name of this man who calls himself Godot. His real name is Diego Armando. Tried to do a little Super Beard Brothers laugh there. No, that wasn't as good. That was more like my stupid Super Mario Brothers 2 laugh that time. The last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago. Should, Your Honor. All of this is related to a single case. A case in which a convict named Terry Falls killed himself. Mia Fey's first time in court. The tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. And then he turned into a girl. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Mia couldn't tear off that disguise. However, there was one man who reached out to help her. It's my fault. It's all my fault. No crying until the end. Man, this music. I feel like we heard about that somewhere. But you weren't dead at all. No official reports ever actually called it a murder. I was just in a deep, deep coma. So he's still alive? Oof. Oh, wow. Jeez. Oh, man. So he loved her. Man. Yeah. He just keeps drinking. Good old Mia. She didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end, there wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke up. That's right, because he wasn't around in case 1. Or are we gonna have to guess? Jeez. Oh. Man, I'm sorry I'm not saying anything. This is just unfreaking believable. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Or, well, the Iris and Misty Faye. Holy crap. Man. Yeah, no kidding. Officially, yes. Some tells me Mia might have known where she was. Oh. Well, there you go. So your mother was cooperating. My mother was cooperating with you? I'm afraid so. The one with the sword in it? Yep, that's the one. The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. That's when your mother showed me her special staff. And then I showed her mine. I'm just kidding. I realized it then just how far she was willing to go. Oh, man. Oh. This is not a conversation we need to be having in a courtroom. We need to be, like, sitting by a fireplace or something. Jeez. It's the night of the crime. There was just one way to stop the evil plan. Okay, she was trying to distract her. But she never showed up, yeah. Okay, that makes... I was wondering that for the long time. Why did Misty Faye channel her? Now that makes sense. She channeled Dahlia into her own body to protect Pearl from doing it. Or to stop anyone else from doing it, really. If she channeled the spirit first, no one else would be able to. Yeah. As Master of Karain, Misty Faye's power was supreme. So that's how it went down. Makes me so mad. She channeled Dahlia so that Pearl wouldn't be able to. Yep. What? Is this true? My role in the plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt Maya. That's why I hid myself at the inner temple. Just in case you needed to be saved from Dahlia. And then she did need saving. Huh? There's no doubt about it. You can figure out the rest. Okay. So he hid at the inner temple. The background leading up to this incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? Saved. Yes. From save point. Who killed the victim? There are only two possible suspects right now. Maya Fey. And I'm sad to say, you, Mr. Godot. Is this another good ending, bad ending situation? Well, it's right. If you're the real deal, then finish this thing once and for all. Show us beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can finish this on your own. No, Nick, please don't. Maya. Sorry, but you're, what is it, brother-in-law. I heard the whole thing from my sister in the medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Godot. I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all, he's the man who put his life on the line to protect Mia. And me too. Maya, I know that. But even so, it doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify. She's not gonna do it. This is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything, because I'll know. You know I'll know, because I know you. I want to hear the truth from your own lips. Your lips. I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick. Oh, he just barely was able to... Like, he just barely survived being poisoned now, so... I can totally see why you wouldn't want to, you know, kill him. It's almost easier to say that she did, because at least you know it was self-defense. I mean, wasn't it? She was hit first. Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights. 3 of them. I thought I'd ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead, though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly the red lights went out, and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment there was a horrible scream. Right after that, Dahlia collapsed and I lost consciousness. Ooh. No, she didn't want to say it because, you know, of all this. I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden. Things break, right? Even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Faye? It looks like you still can't prove it. Maya's telling the truth this time, I know it. The rest is up to me. Well then, Mr. Wright. What am I gonna do then if she's telling the truth? Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights. 3 of them. Lights shining in the dark. I don't think you could make a mistake about that. Yeah, you're right. I think I saw them, but I can't say for certain. And I can't tell you for sure they were from Mr. Godot's mask either. But just after that, you turned towards the lights and called for help. Isn't that because you thought the lights were coming from Mr. Godot's mask? I'm not even sure she knew who he was back then, though, did she? Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's what I was thinking at the time. But I can't remember, after all. Yeah. I wish I could remember the details of the scene perfectly. Alright then, let's go on with the testimony. What did you do when you saw the red lights? Well, I thought I'd ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. That blood. Was it Dahlia Hawthorne's blood? No, it was your mother's blood. Well, I mean, I guess if they take on the physical form, I suppose you could assume the blood changes too, or else, you know, if you had more blood than somebody else, it would splatter out of them. It's kind of ridiculous, really. Without a doubt, Maya was in the middle of a really dangerous situation. Ugh. Anyway, the victim was stabbed by the murder weapon. What happened after that? She wasn't dead, though. She struck back at the enemy behind her. Okay. Struck back? How do you know that? Well, it was like the sequel, you know? If the Empire Strikes Back, you know? Ugh. I'm sorry that you have to know what that smells like. You've witnessed more horror than any young lady should ever have to in one life. So what did you do at that point? I couldn't move. I could just barely make out their shadows moving in the dark, but I had no idea what to do. Oh. Suddenly they went out, and it was just dark. They went out. Well, I think what they want you to think is that she either broke his mask or knocked him unconscious or something. Or maybe what it is that he deliberately turned him off to try to get away from the scene as quickly as possible, hoping that she wouldn't remember or wouldn't see. Ooh. Or maybe it was knocked off. Or maybe the batteries ran out. The batteries. Or maybe those little red pinhead-looking lights just stopped working. Just at that moment there was a horrible scream. This is intriguing. What kind of a scream? Oof, I can just picture that too. The scream that you heard then, was it Dahlia? No, she's gonna say no. I know, what is right? What? I think Dahlia must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it. After that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess. Well, Mr. Wright? There's a contradiction in the fact that he's still standing here. And that he's not, like, in a hospital or something. I'm gonna try it. I'm sorry to say this, but that interpretation would create an enormous contradiction. That makes sense. After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct. Remember the testimony she just gave. Before the killer let out a scream, Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking about that just now, like, they couldn't have taken the blade out. Because I thought they left the blade in the body to minimize the bleeding. Okay. So it's his blood that's on the knife. Okay, what do you want me to do? There's only one thing I can think of that could have been used as the weapon here. Man. Naturally, the dagger that the killer brought to the scene of the crime. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. This dagger was found at the crime scene, stuck into a pine tree. Oh boy. I'm not sure. What about that blood test they did? Yeah, that's right. What did they even say there? They said they couldn't tell us or something? That's right, they told us it wasn't the victim's blood. Oh, well, let's get the metal detector! No. So you're saying the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer? Exactly. Goodbye, Father. Goodbye, Father. Marry the girl you... The DNA analysis of the blood would prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. But you couldn't do that, could you? And yes, Mr. Godot, it would prove that it's your blood.